No, it was awesome. I loved it. You know, these guys have been intense all week, and yeah, it was awesome.
Any relief for you that everybody made it and
Well,
this is going to happen now?
it's Friday. It's not Saturday yet, so I'm not getting too excited yet.
So, and we have a big women fight, especially for Brazil, Chris Cyborg. Everybody's hoping that she gets the fight. How do you see this fight?
Yeah, no, I love it. So finally, she's fighting for the title and against a tough opponent. You know, Tanya's the real deal. She's won 11 straight. She's got like 9 knockouts, 7 submissions. It's a fun fight. It's a good fight, and it's a credible fight for her to fight for the title.
They were saying that when she signed the contract, they have the same agent, and like a second fight, it's like guaranteed by contract.
That's not that I know of. No. No.
And what can you say about co-main event, Damian Maia and Tyron Woodley?
We don't sign contracts with people picking fights. That doesn't work ever. We didn't even do that in the Mayweather fight, which is completely typical in boxing.
Okay, sorry. I don't know. We just said news. And can you talk about co-main event?
About what?
Co-main event.
Oh, yeah. You know, co-main event, obviously, I think Woodley's going to try to stay away from him and land that big punch. And I think Damian Maia is going to try to close the distance, get in the clinch, and try to submit him. So, you know, that might be one of the fights that might not be the best, most exciting fight of the night. But, you know, who knows? We'll see. I think that the styles are so different that there's going to be a lot. First of all, Woodley's never going to let Maia come near him. He's going to be running from him all night, trying to you know land that big shot. And I think Maia's going to be chasing him around, trying to clinch.
And the winner gets GSP, or
the winner gets GSP.
Did you meet with him? Is it correct that you said Michael Bisping's ship has sailed now when it comes to GSP?
I said that Michael Bisping what?
The ship had sailed.
That ship sailed. That's gone. You know, Whitaker in his last fight messed up his knee, so we'll wait for him to heal up and get better, and he and Bisping will fight next.
Would you mind just giving this play-by-play of what was going on in your head throughout the John Jones DC weigh-in?
Here today, nothing. I knew that it was going to be intense. I knew that you know both guys were fired up. And I felt more calm and relaxed than the last one. Cormier's been making fun of me ever since the last one because I said to those guys, I'm going to slide my arm out really slowly. Don't touch each other and whatever. So Cormier's been making fun of me ever since the last weigh-in. I felt a lot more relaxed with this one.
What about the second time when DC walked up?
No, he was, you know, he was very fired up and intense, and he wants, you know, if you look at Cormier, he's been waiting for this for so long, and you know, he's such a fierce competitor. They both are. This is the defining fight in both of their careers and their legacies. So this is the most important fight ever for the light heavyweight division and for them. Cormier's never lost at heavyweight. He's undefeated. He moves down to light heavyweight, and his only loss is to John Jones. John Jones has that 1 on his record, but don't let it fool you. John Jones is undefeated. That 1 is there because a guy who should have never been reffing this level of fights cost him that 1, but he's never lost, and he's never lost the title. So it's a big fight for both guys.
John said you haven't spoken much in the last year, if at all. How much communication have you had this week, and what do you make of his demeanor this week?
Well, the only communication we've had is we've talked a couple times this week, but just in, you know, the other day on the stage, today on the stage, and just now when I was over there. You know, I was obviously very upset at UFC 200, and for whatever reason he's upset, he is, and we'll get through tomorrow night and we'll figure it out privately.
If Jimmy Manuwa wins at UFC 214, is he a lock for the next title contender?
Yeah, the reason, it's not a coincidence he's on this card. He's here so that if anything happened, he was going to move up and fight.
Is there a chance we may see you bring him into the octagon after the main event and set up the fight right away?
Probably not.
So John said that he thinks that Cormier is going to retire if he loses. Any thoughts on that?
He's obviously hasn't said anything to me. I don't know. I mean, Cormier is still the best in the world. Who do you think beats Cormier right now other than Jones? I don't know. I don't think he does.
So after this fight, Barão was even not allowed to fight because he wanted to go down to the bantamweight, go back to the bantamweight. Did he surprise you, like his shape tonight?
No, he looked good. He looked good, and I wasn't worried about it.
Do you think it's a good thing for him, like to go back to the division?
I don't know. We'll find out tomorrow.
Dan, I've got to ask you about your T-shirt as well. obviously that's still a fight that's on your mind despite this week going on.
You know what was awesome though? I went to the Orange County Fair last night, and everybody that came up to me wanted to talk about Cormier Jones and not McGregor, and so that was nice. It was nice to talk about a different fight for a while.
Can I sing happy birthday for you?
No, please, no.
Happy
Please,
birthday.
no. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it.
If the winner Maya Woodley meets GSP, shouldn't the winner Cormier Jones actually fight Alexander Gustafsson?
Yeah, I mean that could happen. They both fought Alexander before, but yeah, we'll see what happens.
When GSP is planning to come back, it's New York?
I don't know yet. We haven't decided which card he's going to go on yet, and you don't know what's going to happen tomorrow night. Whoever wins could be injured, and so who knows? We'll see how it plays out.
Is there any likelihood this David Haye boxing match will play out at any point before Jimmy Manuwa possibly gets a title shot? Because he's spoken to a few media outlets and said that you're down with this boxing match, and you said you'd like to kind of see it happen.
Whoa, so we did talk about it, and we said, let's see. I have to worry about what's going on here before I start worrying about all these boxing matches. You know, obviously, if he's up for a title fight, this would take precedence over the boxing match. I think this card's bigger than 205. New York?
Connor.
That was an $18 million gate. This is a sellout. And you know, it's probably one of the biggest cards we've ever done.
What kind of numbers are you seeing in terms of the metrics? Is it tracking to over $1 million?
Oh, I honestly don't even know. I haven't even.
Okay.
Is Romero out of the picture? No, he's not out of the picture, but you know he's got to work his way back up. He's got to work his way back into a title shot. We'll see somebody soon. Yeah, Rockhold is fighting somebody else right now, but yeah, yeah, that fight makes sense. Yeah, I think it does. Very few people can handle that and not be affected by it, you know, especially when you're a guy like Cormier who does everything right, you know, does everything the right way. He's a good guy, and to get booed, I think it messes with him a little bit, yeah.
It seems like he's started to embrace it, though, especially this week. You know, he said he likes being the heel, tells the fans to boo him louder, all that kind of thing.
Well, you know, it threw him for a loop the first few times it happened to him, and then what are you going to do? Break down when they boo you? You got to roll with it, you know?
What kind of vibes have you got from John this week? He seems like he's, in a pretty good place.
The vibes I got from both guys is they're both, you know, they both look like caged animals right now. They're ready to go. They're fired up, and they're ready to fight.
Were you expecting fireworks on the stage there with DC and Jones?
You know, I was pretty mellow today with it. I was a little nervous the other day at press day, and Cormier's been making fun of me all week from it, from that stare down. So I felt pretty relaxed today.
Those guys have stared down 10 times now between all the press conferences and weigh-ins and
Yeah.
everything. How does this one today compare to? I think you've been in there every time.
I think it was great. I think the press day, that one was even more intense. But they've been great. They're ready to fight, man. They're ready to fight. Should be a great fight.
John had some things to say about you this week to LA Times. He said, unless you're making.
Would you just walk up here?
I've been here for a while.
We covered all that.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, we covered all that.
We heard that Marco Psycho Beltran was cut from the UFC. Now he's dead.
That who is?
Marco Beltran, the Mexican guy.
Yeah.
He was cut like 2 weeks ago.
Okay.
And he has a fight for 216. So any thoughts?
So we brought him back already?
I know that's a weird thing.
He probably wasn't cut then.
Oh well, that's what he said.
Oh, he said it?
Yeah.
You got me on that one. I don't know the answer to that one.
Your expectations for next week, Mexico City?
What is my expectation?
Yeah. I mean, Brandon, all these guys are.
Yeah. Expect a great card. That's why we put it down there. And, going back to Mexico City's been good to us.